I'm in your head, I'm on your mind. You know, I'm a mother freaking Gemini. I put the gem in Gemini. I woke up feeling extra gray. Which face should I put today? Gemini, how are you doing? My cutie patootie looking old. It's so yummy. How is the Mercury retrograde going for you, Gemini? Are you doing okay? Because I got your back. Gemini, welcome back to the Renaissance Tarot, to your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy, where I serve and I slay. So Gemini, this is going to be your reading from August 11th to the 17th. In this reading, I'm going to take a look at your past, present, and future. I'm going to clarify and take a look at your main challenge and clarify that and get some final advice for you. So Gemini, I'm also so excited to share with you about my trip to Hawaii, but I will talk about it for about a minute at the end of the video. Right now, you are the main priority, you're the main character. For new Geminis, please, welcome to the Renaissance Tarot. Make yourself feel comfortable, make yourself feel like it's home. So let's get into your reading and see what's going on. My cutie patootie looking old, it's so yummy. Man, Hawaii was so much fun. Let's see what's going on for my Geminis. So your challenge, Gemini, okay, is the Ace of Wands for the upcoming week. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Temperance, followed by the Three of Cups and the Hermit. So your challenge has to do a lot with some sort of a brand new beginning here, okay, where there is a lot of passion. I do see here you having some sort of a mind telepathic connection with another person. There is a lot of passion. There is a lot of, passionate, tensed up, even sexual energy between you and another person. We're going to clarify this and get some information. There could be an offer coming in towards your way, or you could be making an offer towards somebody. We're going to get some more information shortly. Now, in the recent past, Gemini, you have the King of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. In the recent past, there was a situation between you and someone else where the biggest question for you between you and them was the stability. How stable was this person in the relationship? Were they reciprocating the same type of attention and love that you were sharing with them or not? I do feel like here in the recent past, you might have dealt with somebody who was an avoidant. Somebody who avoided having conversations. This person might have been a runner. They were kind of like giving you a little bit of breadcrumbs here and there. And this might have caused you to get a lot in your head. We're going to get back to this and clarify shortly. Gemini, in the present moment, you have the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. So honestly, I feel like that in the present moment, your main focus here is you, especially your ruling planet Mercury is going crazy right now. Tectonic movements, volcanoes erupting, seismic activities going on, me being in the middle of a tsunami in Hawaii. It's, I'm seeing issues hitting the fan. So you're trying to find like a ground place for you. Love is on your mind, but at the same time, I feel like that for many of you, your own stability and happiness comes first. I think a lot of you have been overthinking and thinking and analyzing a situation that's been on your mind. This is directly tied up to a specific person, possibly a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, okay? I'm seeing here another air sign. We're gonna get some more information. Now, in the near future, you have the Eight of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. Gemini, I've seen a lot of times this overthinking pattern coming up, going back and forth in regards to a specific person. I see here you wanting to open up yourself to a new love, new possibility with somebody, but then there is also this part of you that kind of like, you want some answers, okay? You want some answers, you do a lot of thinking. Anytime there is a potential of you exploring a new connection, a new person coming into your life, you still ask yourself a very specific question. I know that this is gonna sound very personal for many of you, I could be wrong, but I feel like for many of you are still asking, what if that's the person that I'm meant to be? Not the new one, but the one that you kind of like, had to let go of, okay? So there is a very strong telepathic connection between you and someone else. Now, we're gonna get some more clarity and get some more information about this now. Gemini, let's clarify your main challenge, which is the Ace of Wands for you for the upcoming week. What is this new offer about for my Geminis? My cutie patootie looking all that's so yummy. Let's see what's going on, Gemini. So Gemini, the Ace of Wands is clarified by the Justice, the King of Cups, and Queen of Wands. King and a Queen together. Possibly a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces also. There is honestly, for some of you, you want justice, period. Straight up, you want justice. You want some sort of a fair treatment, fair answer in regards to this situation from this person. For many of you, you know that there is a potential for you and them to end up together as a couple, but there is something here that needs to be get out of the way. Whether this is a legal situation, if somebody has to get divorced from somebody or separate from someone, because that's what the justice here represents, right? The scale and the swords, like there's just talking about some legal stuff. Doesn't have to be, but I'm seeing here you might be into someone who is married to another person. This is not going to resonate with every single person. If that's not your story, that's fine. I feel like for many of you, you're kind of feeling a little bit trapped in a situation with the Eight of Swords. Gemini energy, you're doing a lot of thinking, okay? You feel like you might be even kind of like inflicting some thoughts towards yourself, okay? And I'm going to be very honest with you, as I always am. I feel like you need to really start thinking very highly of yourself, okay? Enough trying to downplay and play small and shrink yourself, Gemini. Whatever situation you are in, okay? There is a lot of passion on your heart. I feel like you have a lot of love to give. And if somebody hasn't been really reciprocating with you, or if it's not the right timing for you to really have that going on with that specific person, don't shrink yourself and just sit inside the closed doors at home and think, where's the love? You know what I'm saying? You might be wanting to put yourself more out there. So your challenge here has to do a lot with you really deciding if this is the person that you really want to go forward with when it comes to relationship or not, being as a power couple. Now, in the recent past, I'm going to clarify the King of Pentacles, clarified by the Emperor. Father figure, there could be an age difference between you and this person. This person could be a parent. You could be a parent. Knight of Wands and the Ace of Wands again. Okay, so the Ace of Wands is one of my most favorite cards right out there. So I'm saying, who doesn't love a good Ace of Wands, right? To hold them real good. So, now, in the recent past, you and this person definitely were in a situation with the Strength card here where I'm getting your instability, okay? Somebody who was constantly kind of like maybe coming back into your life for sexual purposes or to get laid, to do certain things. But then also they were like a runner. So I'm saying with the Knight of Swords, right? Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands, kind of like hot and cold energy going in and out of your life. And this actually with the Ten of Swords, Gemini, it caused a lot of stress into your mind. It caused a lot of thinking, overthinking. So the Ten of Swords is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune, the Devil, and the Eight of Cups. The reason why you might have walked away from this person is because of their lack of stability. Okay, the Devil is here. Something here was unhealthy between you and this person. Capricorn energy, we're not saying Capricorns are bad, we're just saying that's what the card represents. For many of you, you might have chosen to walk away and to disconnect from this person due to the fact that this person was not emotionally fulfilling. Okay, there is something that was lacking in this connection. I'm going to clarify the Knight of Swords for you, Gemini. Let's clarify the Knight of Swords, Gemosh. See what's going on. You dealt with somebody who caused a lot of stress because of their behavior, okay? So clarified by the Knight of Cups, the Hanged Man, Five of Wands, and then there is also the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. So you did have a lot of love towards this person, Gemini, and for many of you, Hanged Man, Pisces energy also. So I strongly feel like the person you were dealing with, they might have given you the impression that they chose themselves over you. They chose themselves over this relationship, okay? I'm getting here conflicts, arguments, maybe straight up fights. Maybe you had internal conflicts between, like it's like you were constantly battling with the fact that you might have overgiven yourself and overextended yourself in this connection. And, anytime you try to really bring this person back in and you try to invest, this is somebody that had a very ruthless and a reckless behavior. kind of like they were very careless, not carefree, but they were kind of acting careless in this connection, okay? And also there is something about this person kind of holding back and hiding from you. Just as you can see, the hangman has the hands behind their back, right? Psychologically speaking, from a body language, of course, this card can mean many things, but I do strongly feel like here that there was something that was hidden from you in the recent past which caused you a lot of disappointment, okay? This person might have made a sudden move towards you which majorly disappointed you, might have dropped out of the relationship and just kind of like walked away, okay? Leaving you in front of like what? All this tower moment. So in the present moment, what you are choosing right now, Gemini, is this energy of you focusing on your finances, on your stability, clarified by the High Priestess, Page of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. You're working on yourself. You know the soul connection is there. You know you're connected with this person. You know what I'm saying? But you're majorly focused on maybe you want to buy a house. Maybe there is something you want to purchase and you're working toward that. Okay, you might be wanting to really change your career. There is something very healthy that you're taking action towards, something very positive, something very good. Even in the midst of this Mercury retrograde, we don't have to blame everything on Mercury retrograde, right? We need to take accountability and ownership towards our patterns that we need to own. That's what this is about. Mercury retrograde is not about just, we joke about it at times, but it really is showing us the patterns that we have been doing. And I think that honestly, from my intuition, I feel like that you might have realized that, you know what, I have the tendency to, and let's just be honest, like it's not gonna hurt to be honest with ourselves. You might have come to realize, Gemini, during this Mercury retrograde that you may say to yourself, you know what, I feel like I've been really abandoning my goals and my visions, and I feel like I've over-invested myself into connections and people and relationships and kind of abandoned my goals. And you're changing that right now. You're shifting that right now for yourself. So you're doing something very healthy for yourself. You're taking a pause from relationships, from dating. You're just focusing on career. Some of you want to be a content creator, go for it. Some of you want to launch a business. It's going to be successful, okay? It's going to bring a lot of fruits to you. Nine of Pentacles is clarified by the Judgment, Scorpio energy, the Hermit, Virgo, Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus. Okay, so here is the thing. There is a choice you're making. I think it's not about 50-50. It's about 75 and 25%. 75% of your attention, your energy, your day-to-day activities has to do a lot with your career and with your money. Some of you really, really want to save money. You want to make more money. There is something about your stability, okay? You might be at an age, you might be at a point in your life where it's very crucial for you to make a decision, career move, level up, and you really have to make a decision here. You're shedding light onto also the person that you dealt with in the past, and you're realizing, you know what, do I have any codependency towards this person? Do they have any codependency towards me? What are the things that I really need to look within myself and to heal and to move from? The person you dealt with, breadcrumbs, toxicity, over-compulsive behavior, compulsive sex, okay, things like that they were doing, and it was very overbearing. Could have been even like substance abuse. Now, in the present moment, King of Wands. This is about vision, determination, passion, and there could be new love coming into your way, okay? Let's clarify. Clarified by the Ace of Cups. The cards have been shuffled in front of you. Ace of Cups is talking about a brand new beginning. I will not be surprised if there is another ace or something. Nine of Pentacles and then Six of Pentacles. Somebody that's very much independent, okay? And you may say, well, I want my old person. You still can go to your old person. Nobody's holding your hand, Gemini. I love you too much to be like, But you have a potential here to really attract somebody that's going to bring you a new love offer. There's going to be equal give and take and exchange energy. And there is definitely, this person is going to embody what you are embodying right now. You want to manifest a soulmate. You want to attract a person into your life. You become independent. You date yourself. You become the person you would want to date. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Some saying, some sassy shit. Now, here in the near future of the Eight of Pentacles, there is again, here's the thing. The person comes into your life. That's your main challenge. You feel still connected to somebody. Remember when I was kind of like giving an overview of this near future here, I was saying anytime somebody comes new into your life, you still get into your head, you still overthink and say, well, what if this person is mine? Now, Eight of Pentacles is clarified by the Four of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Three of Wands. You're waiting for this person. You're holding on to this connection. The Four of Pentacles is indicating holding on to this individual, okay? holding to this idea and to the version of this person that you've created in your life to be with them. And for many of you, you might be in separation from this person. There could be literally geographical separation, doesn't have to be. But I feel like for many of you, you're still working on yourself, you're still doing on your thing, but there is this part of you that still waits on this person. Whether you are waiting for an apology, you're waiting for some sort of justice coming in your way, okay? We're gonna find out. The Two of Pentacles here is clarified by the Ace of Swords. You want the truth. You want to talk. You really do. You want to have a conversation with this person. Ace of Swords, Six of Wands, and the Lovers. Yeah, this person is someone that you have a lot of feelings for, and I feel like that at the end of the day, you really, really want to have a conversation to see if things can possibly move forward between you and this person. You do want to have a very successful relationship with them. Okay, there is a strong desire for getting recognized publicly and recognizing each other, okay, acknowledging each other in public. And this is something that you have been fantasizing about a lot. You've been thinking a lot about it, okay. And for many of you, you really, really find yourself to be quite sad and quite lonely. And in this place of like, you know what, I really miss the good old days. I really am feeling very nostalgic towards this person. I'm not gonna lie and sugarcoat here. I just feel like that this is somebody that might have really, really left you at a very important point in your life. And I think it's been very painful. There might have been some things going on in this person's life. I don't know, but I feel like the separation was quite painful for both of you. Now, Queen of Swords in the near future, you don't beat around the bush. Very straightforward, very blunt. You're still going to be looking into the logistics. You're still going to be taking into consideration the reality of this situation before you make any moves, before you make any decisions. Queen of Swords is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, Five of Swords, the World card, and you have the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. King of Swords represents very solid, strong Gemini energy as well as the Queen of Swords. Your decision here has to do a lot with the fact that even if this conversation, okay, so here's the thing. You're gonna come to a point, Gemini, where you're gonna realize, okay, if this conversation doesn't come towards me, if it doesn't happen that I get to really have a closure with this individual, I'm gonna put an end to this. I'm gonna have my own closure and I'm gonna move forward, okay? Because obviously there was some sort of a conflict that has taken place between you and this individual, which kind of like left you hanging in there. And you have the World card here and the Eight of Pentacles. You know, you wouldn't mind putting into that work. You wouldn't mind to really have that clear communication. But even if that's delayed, even if that's gone, you're like, whatever. I'm gonna have my own closure and I'm gonna be very straightforward. I'm gonna be like, you know what, this situation didn't serve me, and you might as well just take a new offer that somebody wants to make towards you. And I'm gonna keep it real. A lot of times we're so tuned in and we're so connected towards the past and a past situation person that it becomes very difficult to move towards a new healthy. When a new healthy person comes into our life, it's so shocking. We don't even believe that's real. So I'm saying, so you are going to be really looking into this situation from multiple angles and really make a decision before anything to be like, you know, is this something that I really should hold on to or let go of? Because this person is someone that, you know, the fact that they have done something to you and they haven't taken ownership and accountability for it, there is a lack of transparency and it's been extremely disappointing for you. So you want to make sure that you are not setting up yourself for some sort of a trap back again, okay? We don't want to call it a trap, but like you don't want to set up yourself for another disappointment and pain. Let's see what is the advice. The Hermit, Three of Cups, and the Temperance. Okay, so here's the thing. All of this time that you have been all by yourself, I know some of you have been. Dear Gemini, and I'm sending you a big hug. You might have been by yourself, solo, lonely, kind of like with the Hermit energy, right? Doing a lot of introspection, a lot of thinking within yourself. And it might have been quite heavy. It might have been very difficult and challenging for you to go through all of these processes. By yourself. You might have looked at other couples and be like, well, you know, damn, they're holding hands, they're having dinners, what about me? But you also have been so realistic about yourself that you're like, you know what, I would rather just be by myself than with a bunch of losers, first of all. And also, like, I don't want to set up myself for anything. I don't want to date out of lack. I want to date out of love. So I'm saying, That's some sassy shit. So I feel like that for many of you, the advice here for you is going to be, if there is going to be even a potential for reconciliation, don't rush into opening up yourself back again. Look at the situation for what it is from all angles, from all different angles. With the Temperance Sagittarius energy here, could be dealing with the Sagittarius, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisceana, Virgo. Don't open up yourself completely. Don't go back into it, fall back into the same traits. Trust your intuition with the High Priestess. Feel the first feeling. How do you feel about this connection? Is this something long-term that you truly see, that you can go forward, or you got to hold back and move towards a different direction? Because everyone has free will, and you can make the decision that you want to make what's best for you. Now, I'm going to pull a card here for you. This is going to be the final card, which is for intimacy. It's going to be one prompt, and this is something you can discuss with your partner, and you feel comfortable to share, you can share. I'm going to pull a random question, okay? Random. So what habits should we work on to strengthen our relationship? This is the prompt for you, Gemini. I have pulled one prompt for each sign. What habits should we work on to strengthen our relationship? This is something that you can discuss with your person. You can ask them, what are the habits, right? Is it codependency? I don't know, like, is this something, maybe communication, maybe open communication and things like that, you know, texting back and forth and openness when the time comes. And this is something you can also discuss with your new person as well. So Gemini, this is what I had for you. And I just want to also mention, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all your wishes, all your love that you have showing me. And my trip to Hawaii went amazing. I did skydiving, 10,000 feet above. I know Geminis love that shit. 10,000 above the skies. It was amazing. You know, just literally flying, soaring like an eagle, did zip lining, basically all the Gemini activities. I'm saying getting a massage at the spa center, zip lining, going up the mountain, Haleakala Mountain, 10,000 feet up. It was amazing watching the sunrise. Damn, that was so good. And just in general, enjoying my trip out there. It was a very nice reset, rejuvenating moment for me. So thank you for asking. Thank you for all your love and all your gifts and all your support. So, dear Gemini, I'm back. I love you so much. I'm here to serve and to slay. So this is what I had for you. I hope that this helped. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget the Ace of Wands.